Lisa Carter from Hampden. Wow. I don't know. I think this was more entertaining tonight than staying home and watching anything on TV, I guess. But first of all, the question is, if you say that there are going to be comments and then questions and answers for clarification, does that mean, for instance, if Council Hornbrook has a question of Senator Plowman, Senator Plowman will be able to answer it at that time and come back up? Is that what you're indicating here?
If Council Hornbrook has a question of her,
Right.
unless the council has an issue with that, I don't think that would be unreasonable.
Okay, because that is the protocol that you have set in the past. Councilor Cushing has asked me questions before when I'm up here and I answer, and that seems appropriate since the person is here and sometimes they do leave after public comment. So I mean, I think all of us that are watching want to make sure that we do hear the answer. So
Certainly.
I stand up here, I'm kind of bewildered for words because, and that is very unusual for me. But, I mean, for what I've just witnessed, fighting and screaming out back and everything, it's disheartening to the people of Hampden. To hear a councilor up here demand that the letter of the law be followed, and, well, I darn agree with him, I'll tell you that. I've been up here for months reading the law, the election law, and saying, why isn't this being followed? And, you know, reading it out for the public to follow. And the very same counselor or counselors that have so much to say tonight didn't see a problem with the election law not being followed then and now. Now, I think the clerk has done something that is reasonable by adding these lists to her list, because it does say that the clerk could have called the parties prior to April 1st and told them she didn't have, the implication in the law is that she didn't have names to draw from. And most of the party nominations and positions are held by volunteers. And so they're not sitting around thinking about deadlines and they don't know it. So Senator Plowman was exactly right in the fact that if somebody's willing to volunteer, there shouldn't be this lengthy disgust about adding names. The clerk doesn't have to choose those names. She chooses from the list that she has, as long as it's equally Republican, equally Democrat. And I'm really not sure about the unenrolled or the other parties. I'm not sure if you have to, I think you have to pick some from them too if they're available. I think, something like that, because there are Green Party, et cetera. Yeah, the minor parties. So we stand up here, I stand up here tonight, people in the audience are here, and almost every single one of us have heard this debate since November, that we want the election laws followed. And I didn't hear Senator Plowman stand up here and say she didn't want the election laws followed. I heard a reasonable way to accomplish allowing names to go on as volunteers. My God. That is something to have a hissy fit about, isn't it? I mean, if you want to have a hissy fit, let's look at some of the other things that have happened about the election. But, and I heard you say, let's not, and we won't tonight, or somebody, yeah, you have a smoker's whisper, sometimes called a stage whisper. So tonight, I ask, instead of being the town of Hampden residents being lectured, that the council behave themselves tonight and act respectfully and appropriately to the people who get up here and speak. Allow them to say their piece, allow questions and answers to be done, and this seems a very reasonable solution. Thank you.